would you look at this? I'm actually here before the market opens. I'm doing this multiple days in a row. So there's two tickers, OCTO, MSGM, and OCTO is close to a 50-50. So if you're on the strategy tab, it'll show you if it's close to a 50-50, you should use method 1 or method 2. Method 1 being you size in 50% of your total size if it doesn't follow the open up, so you buy that right at the open, and then if it comes down to the entry for the open down, you would add the other half of your size. So it's sort of a combination of both. You end up getting an entry or an average price that is kind of in between the two of them, or I guess it's right in between the two of them. So you don't have as much profits. And then method 2 is buying as if it's an open up, and if it stops out, then you try it again as an open down. So for this one, I'm going to do the method 1 probably. You like that little brain feature? Keep it simple. These are the trades that Stockminds suggests, and those have really good results, especially these past few weeks. They've been crazy good. So for the open down, I would buy at 383. I'd buy the first half of my shares at market open, whatever it is, and then I would add if it hits 383, so then my stop loss would be 361. Method 2 is definitely the more favorable choice for these situations where you're between a 47 or 53 probability for direction, and this one's a 47.13, so it's right in there. Method 2, you end up overall it ends up being more profitable because you size in fully on an open up and you size in fully on an open down. So if you have ones that are successful, then you take advantage of the profits more. Sure, you lose more, but the profits are already way larger than the losses for the trades that come up on Stockminds, so it ends up being more profitable. And with the method 1, you end up having an average position size that's in between the two of them, so then your profits, when you take your profits at the profit prices, they end up being lower than if you were to have the proper entry. Because ideally you if you end up having to add your other half of your shares, then for it coming down to the entry for the open down, then you use the open down profit prices because it is following the open down movement. I thought I clicked it. I don't know why. It sent so late, and of course it spikes up. Oh, that's such crappy execution. 425 is my average fill price. That's brutal. It opened at like 415. So if it continues for, well, I mean, I'm only taking one profit. So the issue here is because I am using, another reason why I'm choosing method 1 is I have a smaller account size and high commissions. So I'm going to be paying $4.95 for every transaction. And if I'm doing method 2, that means I'm buying in one chunk, selling in one chunk, buying in one chunk, selling in one chunk if I do both trades. So I end up paying like $20 in commissions. Whereas with method 1, worst case scenario, or in all the scenarios where I'm only taking one profit, I only have 3 transactions. I have my initial buy, and then if it follows, then I have one sell, so I have 2 transactions. But then if I have my initial buy and then I add to the position size, then that's 2 transactions. And then if I were to sell at either the stop loss or at my profit, then that's the 3rd transaction. So I end up having 3 transactions or 2 transactions. So I end up paying less in commissions, which is why I'm opting for, or one of the reasons why I'm opting for method 1. Another one being that there is overlap between the 2 trades. So for OCTO, I have 381 is the stop, but then the entry for the open down is 389. So there's an area where you could end up being in either. And when this overlap is larger, this is not as much as some of the other ones, but if the overlap is larger, then you can essentially take either trade and it be almost the same outcome. And if you take the open, if that's the case, and you take the open up, in case it does end up coming up and it doesn't necessarily come down to the range of the open down, then you could take advantage of that movement. But then if it comes down to the entry, you wouldn't necessarily have stopped out on your method, like on your first trade, your open up trade. So you can add to that position size because it's at the entry for the open down, and you're still in your open up trade. So it makes sense to use method 1 if there is more overlap. Although other users can't necessarily use it yet, I'm definitely glad that I have the automated trading set up. It is very difficult to message different members and talk to different members, and then also trade my own account, and then trade this account, and then trade other accounts. So me having automated trading on the one side, where it's just making all the trades for me and I don't have to touch it, definitely helpful for me to be able to focus on, or it allows me to pay more attention to things like this for you, for your education, or for just showing you the value that Stockminds provides. Where's my calculator? So it's a really crappy execution, but still a 16% return if it hits profit 1 on, or profit 2 on the open up trade. Especially with trades like yesterday, or actually, I mean, regardless of the situation, I mean, ideally, or what Stockminds is supposed to, one of the things it's supposed to help provide is simple trading for a shorter period of time. And yesterday was a trade that was all day. Sure, I could have just got out earlier and it would have been a smaller return, or I would have broken even basically. But I just stayed in it because I'm here and I'm working, so I can do that. But that's not necessarily the case for other people. So if you have everything automated, where if it gets to the end of the day, and then it'll cancel all your orders or it'll close all your positions, then it's definitely convenient. But I'll try to stick to the 10:30 cutoff. Hey, if you guys got questions, I mean, I know not that many people watch my videos, or watch these videos, especially these recorded trades, but if you have any questions about trading in general, or me, or how to use Stockminds, or things that might be confusing, you can send them to me anonymously or through the Stockminds website, or you can contact me, or you can comment on this video, or you can contact me through any of the social media, Stockminds social media, and I will read them. I read everything, and I will answer them in the next video. Just an FYI. Stockminds is so simple, like I don't even know why. I mean, I'm making these videos more so for showing you how it's effective. Like I already told you what the strategy is that I'm using. I'm trading the highest probability as it's predicted, and that's it. One trade a day, higher commissions, one profit that I'm taking, profit 2, that's it. So I don't need to make these videos. It's more so just showing you that it works. But like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this time. I'll just like end up fast forwarding through the entire trade until it gets to a point that's exciting. Because realistically, you just have to enter your bracket orders and then let them execute as it happens. Maybe I should just start doing something during this time. I could read to you guys, I don't know. I could just work out in this time. I usually work, but that's why I end up missing some things. I multitask. Or I just do something completely different and then check on this occasionally. So on days when they're like 5-minute trades, those are good. Those are good days. Kind of a weird thought, or an interesting thought, but teaching is done to help speed up the time of doing something for other people, or so that other people don't make the same mistakes that you made or that someone else made. Like everyone who discovered or developed different mathematical concepts, they did all the hard work of deriving everything so that you don't have to, and you can just use its powerful abilities. Like someone designed, or people designed and built cars and computers so that other people can use them, and you don't have to design and build them, and you just get to benefit from what they're capable of. Whoa. Okay, I think let me add here. It did just barely touch. Yeah, I think I should just add here. Okay, so now I'm averaging at 411. But like, people teach so that you can do things faster than they had to do things, or so that you don't make the same mistakes that they made. People designed and built cars, computers, people who developed math concepts. They did it so that you don't have to. Speeds up your ability to do things, and you don't have to make the same mistakes that they made. Makes sense. But then trading has not changed. Trading's been around for a long time, and over and over and over again, people make the exact same mistakes, and people continually provide these courses and different whatever DVD videos, endless hours and hours of content. That's not making it easier for somebody. That's just having them watch your mistakes over the exact same period of time that you had. Like, the learning curve is not accelerated. Doesn't make sense to me. So that's ideally what Stockminds does. It completely reduces that learning curve. You don't know how to use all these technical indicators, or decide what stocks to trade, or how to do it, what numbers to use. All of it gone. You just need to log into Stockminds. The trades are given to you. You enter them in your broker, and then you profit. Just an interesting thought I had. Like, if you go to any of the popular traders' websites and pages, or the different gurus, they have courses that they sell, or video lessons, webinars, and all of them are, like, I've taken a look, they are thousands of hours of video. If you have to take thousands of hours of video to get your point across, you're not good at what you do. Like, it's the same idea as somebody who uses unnecessarily complex wording when explaining something to somebody who is not necessarily knowledgeable is a sign that they don't know what they're talking about. If you can get your point across in few words and quickly, that shows how much knowledge you have in the field. Now, don't get me wrong, like, these people are very successful. I'm just not necessarily saying that you should listen to those people. There are other routes that you can take. watch thousands of hours of video, log into Stockminds 5 minutes before market open. That's actually hilarious. I'm realizing I didn't explain it, but those two lines, the blue lines that I put on, are the two stop losses. So because I am averaging between, I'm very much closer to the open up, but I'm averaging between the open down and the open up for my entry. I just put them on there so that you can get an idea roughly of what my stop should be. Because, I mean, you could use, in my case, I have a higher entry than the open down trade, but I would still be using the stop loss from the open down trade, so I'm risking more. But I can use a higher stop loss if I want to risk the same dollar value. So then here I'll put the same for profit too. So that's my stop range and my profit range. I'm somewhere in between them. Like I said at the beginning, you ideally would be using the open down, and you would just have a higher risk because I'm using method 1, but there's many different ways that you can go about the trades. Holy, it's in the range. Oh no, I gotta sell. This looks too choppy. That's way too volatile. What goes up fast comes down fast. I'm out. Even though I didn't get it at the profit I wanted, I'm out. Still up 48 bucks. We're now over $800. Whoa, that's brutal. Right back down. Yeah, that's super messy. Not bad though. It is still early, so I'm content. Didn't get the best execution, but yeah, like what? I had a high entry and I had a low exit compared to what it should have been, but still came out profitable. Thanks for watching.